I'm Nicole. I'm here to talk about my post-conference for my second elementary lesson.
All right. Nicole, tell me about this lesson.
So, for this lesson, I really wanted to continue what I had started from last week because these are not kids that I regularly see. After this class, these are probably not kids that I'm going to see for 10 more years. And so, I felt like after the last lesson, we had a good idea of what was good and bad. And so, I wanted to take that knowledge and apply it in different scenarios. So we had little flashcards that had a situation on it, and then they were given those, and each student in the group had a different card, and their job was to explain if anything was wrong in that group or in that scenario, and then if something was wrong, how we could fix it. And so that way, we there's not always one correct solution, and so I really wanted those kids to have a chance to explain why I might react differently in this situation than you do, and kind of help work on understanding that. So,
Tell me what went really well for this lesson.
I really like the use of the task cards because for that, then each kid had plenty of time to think about their scenario. It did have the picture on it, so if a couple of my kids really struggled with reading, that way if they didn't understand the word, they could still see what was going on in the picture.
Sure.
So if their friends are just playing on the playground, we can see that in the picture,
Right.
And even if I can't read the scenario, I still know that that's what's going on. And so I really thought that helped not just my target student, but with the other two kids in the group as well.
Sure.
And allowing them to participate, to the same ability that my target student was allowed to.
Sure. So, if you were going to do this differently, what would you do differently if you taught this same lesson?
I think I would, with these kids being as young as they are, I really wanted to kind of give them the opportunity to create their own scenarios. And when I think about it, I think of using the iPad to create a PowerPoint presentation of this is a good scenario, this is a bad scenario, and kind of have them be able to lead that. But with their limited experience to technology, and with my limited time, that just wasn't feasible. And so that was just an idea I had to scrap because I didn't have a week to spend on here's how we use the iPad. Right. Even though they have those things, that's just not. There wasn't time.
Sure. Okay. So what background knowledge from this target student did you consider when you were teaching this lesson?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same as in the first video. This student academically is average in most areas, but due to his behavior and his aggressiveness towards other students and the paraprofessionals and his teachers, he's in the self-contained setting. And his mom, one of her primary focuses is for him to be able to spend some time in the regular classroom. And academically he would be able to do that. So they're spending a lot of time at the elementary working on his behavior and teaching him ways to cope with those feelings. And so I just really wanted to kind of piggyback off of that so that we could just kind of reinforce those skills so that hopefully by the time maybe he gets, to 8th, 9th grade, then maybe he can be in my resource class or he can be in one of my co-taught classes. So.
Sounds good.